Before I start, I want to be clear about the frame here. If you have endometriosis and your bowel habits feel chaotic, diarrhea one day, constipation the next, it's not because you suddenly forgot how to eat. And it's not because you haven't found the right diet yet. What I'm about to explain is based on current endometriosis research, combined with systems-level physiology, neuroimmune signaling, and smooth muscle biochemistry. The patterns are consistent, and they explain something that many people have been blamed for far too long. Now let's talk about the gut, the part no one tells you first. Endometriosis doesn't just sit near the bowel, it rewires how the bowel behaves. That's the difference. The bowel is not just a tube, it's a signaling organ. Your intestines move through a process called peristalsis, coordinated waves of muscle contraction and relaxation that push stool forward. That process depends on calcium and potassium ion balance, prostaglandin signaling, autonomic nerves, inflammatory mediators, estrogen, and neurotrophic signaling. Endometriosis disrupts every single one of those, so the bowel stops behaving predictably. Mechanism number 1, prostaglandins override bowel rhythm. Endometriosis produces excess prostaglandins, especially PGE2 and PGF2 alpha. These molecules increase smooth muscle contractions, increase pain sensitivity, alter fluid secretion in the gut. When prostaglandins spike, contractions become too fast. The results are diarrhea, uncoordinated signaling resulting in cramping and urgency. When they drop or desynchronize, contractions slow. This results in constipation. This has nothing to do with what you ate that day. It's chemical signaling, not food intolerance. Mechanism number 2. Estrogen alters gut muscle timing in both directions. Estrogen doesn't just act on reproductive organs. It directly affects smooth muscle and ion channels in the gastrointestinal tract. In endometriosis, estrogen signaling is erratic, not simply high. Local estrogen production can fluctuate independently of blood levels. Estrogen can slow gut movement in some regions and increase sensitivity and secretion in others. This is why symptoms can flip without warning. Your gut isn't confused, it's receiving mixed instructions. Mechanism number 3, nerve misfiring, not IBS. The bowel is heavily controlled by the enteric nervous system and the vagus nerve. In endometriosis, inflammatory mediators irritate pelvic and visceral nerves, nerve growth factor is elevated, mast cells sit next to nerves and release histamine. This creates nerve hypersensitivity. So the bowel may contract too early, fail to relax, misinterpret normal stool as an emergency. That's why it feels like IBS. But IBS is a diagnosis of exclusion, not a cause. Endometriosis provides a mechanism IBS does not. Mechanism number 4, mechanical restriction and adhesion stress. Endometriosis often causes adhesions between bowel, uterus, pelvic wall, tethering that restricts normal bowel movement, distortion of how peristalsis propagates. When the bowel can't move freely, stool backs up, constipation, pressure builds, sudden release, diarrhea. Again, not diet-driven. Physics and anatomy matter. Mechanism number 5, immune gut crosstalk keeps the loop going. Endometriosis creates a chronic inflammatory environment in the pelvis. That inflammation increases intestinal permeability, activates immune cells near the bowel, amplifies cytokine signaling into the gut wall. This makes the bowel reactive, even to foods you've always tolerated, so people remove more and more foods and still feel unpredictable because the driver isn't the food. The psychological truth you deserve to hear. If your bowel habits feel random or painful, if elimination diets didn't fix it, if symptoms change with your cycle or pain flares, you were never failing dietary discipline. You were dealing with a misregulated neuromuscular system driven by endometriosis. That's why diarrhea and constipation can alternate. Symptoms don't track cleanly with food, stress makes it worse, surgery doesn't always fix it, and eat better advice feels insulting. Your body wasn't being dramatic, it was responding to signals no one explained. The reframe that matters. This isn't what food is hurting me. It's what system is misfiring and why. Once you understand that, the shame lifts and the symptoms finally start to make sense.